Hi guys, I'm back again with a book review. This time it's The Pretty Girl 13 by Liz Coley. So, as always, I shall start by reading you the back of the book. It says, when 16-year-old Angie Chapman walks in the front door of her house, everything looks the same but not quite. Why is her handsome father's black hair completely grey? Why does her mother collapse in tears? Then they tell her she has been missing, presumed dead for 3 years. But while Angie can't recall a single detail of where she has been or how long she's been gone, there are people who do remember. People who can tell her everything, if only they weren't locked inside her mind. Is she ready to learn the truth about Pretty Girl 13? Okay, I just need to stop right here and pause for contemplation, because this book was knock me down stunningly amazing. And you know when you read a book and it's kind of a bit like slaps you around the face and you're just kind of stunned for a while, and then you feel like you can't read another book because this is still with you, it's still in your head and it still kind of haunts you. Do you know the kind of book I mean, that's like you know, and you just loved it the entire time, and then when you finish reading it there's this big gaping void where this book once was. It's unbelievably awesome. I just can't say much else because it's just right. Okay, this book took me 2 days to read, potentially 3. I can't remember if it was 2 or 3. It was phenomenal. This book is very hard to review without giving you major spoilers. But basically, a lot of it is laid out in the synopsis already. So basically, she is 13 and she goes away with her friends on a camp. The next thing she knows, you know, she's in the campsite with her friends. She goes out of the tent to go to the toilet, and then so she remembers walking out of the tent, going to the toilet, and then the next thing she remembers is walking through the front door of her house 3 years later. And there's just this mental block. She hasn't got a clue. For all intents and purposes, it is like the next second for her, because she literally, there is this intense void for her. And she just literally, she's kind of like, hang on a minute, what the hell, where am I? Because she literally camp 1 second, the next millisecond she's walking through her front door. But there are people inside her head that know exactly where she has been and what has happened for the last 3 years. And in order to find that out, she starts seeing a counsellor, a therapist, and she also receives hypnotherapy, and they start to unravel the mystery, and it is freaking amazing. And it is just very well written, and she deals with some really nitty gritty subjects, and I'm just trying to see if I can find it. So basically, gosh, it's so hard to know. Right, okay. Here may be a spoiler, so if you really don't want to know, then stop watching right now. Okay, so these people inside her head are actually alters. They are they have been brought about by her situation, and these alters appear. So they take on different roles depending on what she's doing, and so Angie has been put to the back, and a different person comes to the front. These are, it's called, was it dissociative syndrome or something? I can't really remember. I can't really remember what they call it, but it's disassociation, where, and so so your mind develops alternative personalities to deal with certain situations, and so these alternative personalities have been living her life for the last 3 years. So Angie has absolutely no recollection. And even when she comes back, she is her, but then she keeps having these like blackouts, like time will disappear, and she doesn't know where the time has gone. She doesn't know where the time has gone because she's just, an alter has taken over, and it is fascinating. It is gripping because you just want to find out what has happened, where she's been, what she's done. Amazingly gripping. It's very intense. This may be a trigger for some people though, so if just bear that in mind, that there may be a trigger in here if you have a situation in your past that this may trigger. I just try not to spoil it too much. But if that is you, you'll know what I'm talking about. If you're concerned that things may trigger something off with you in your past, then you'll know what I'm talking about. So blew me away, and I really don't know what else to say with this book other than phenomenal, and thoroughly recommend it to anyone because you won't be able to put it down. You just find yourself absolutely loving Angie to bits. She is just so lovely, and you just really want to find out where she's been and what she's been up to, and just help her piece everything together. Once you know, though, this isn't the sort of book you can reread, because once you know, and then you're never going to look at it the same way again. But yeah, absolutely brilliant. The writer is just a genius, and oh my word, it's just so phenomenal is the word for this book. So there we go. Let me know if you've read it, because I'd really like to know what you thought too. And if you haven't read it, put it on your TBR list, because you will not regret it. It was just phenomenal. So yeah, there we go. Pretty Girl 13.